Wow, you got a preview of us before the intros went out. Me and Paul haven't spoke for a long, long time together. Obviously, we talk every day and every West Ham game that comes out. Mate, what a time to be a West Ham fan. Just a joy. Last time I think we actually got together was after the Brentford game. I think it was. So there's been quite a few games since then. Mate, how are you feeling, mate?
What's going on, mate? Is this West Ham? Is this our West Ham? I mean, I read an article yesterday. I can't remember where it was from. I think it was from the Evening Standard or something that popped up on my phone, and it was basically talking about the Tottenham result and it basically was saying, Tottenham fans like to say that, it's West Ham's cup final, it means more to West Ham. But then it was saying like that it couldn't be further from the truth. It's two clubs going in two different directions. West Ham are now challenging for top four again. Tottenham are going mid-table. And it feels like West Ham's a club where something exciting is happening.
Yeah,
it's true, mate.
Again, and this is not just because I can't stand Tottenham. It's like you say, mate, they seem to be on the decline. And, we're on a rise. We are. It's hard to say because we know, it's fade and die us out on every single video. As a West Ham fan, you're just renowned for when's it going to go wrong? We're due a loss. But I don't know, mate. It seems like something's changed. It really does. It feels different this year.
It does, mate. It does. And you have to say, full credit has to go to David Moyes. Has to go to the manager. I don't know. I didn't think that. Yes, we knew he was a good manager. Did we think that he could take us here, where we are now?
Yeah, with a very limited squad, limited budget. What would he have done with Pellegrini's budget? Who knows, mate? Who knows, honestly. Let's start right back then at the beginning of the week, though, because it's been a fantastic week in general to be a West Ham fan. So we come off Sunday, wasn't it? The Everton game, which renowned losing 1-0 there. Then Genk, which was a great night. And then obviously Tottenham, mate. Sum up the week, mate, for you, mate.
Like I say, mate, just what a week. What a week. Couldn't have gone any better. As you say, if you were going into this week, you'd say you would be looking at this saying, Everton, tough game. Tottenham after a European game, tough game. You'd be thinking this could be a struggle this week. But we just look so good. It's like you say, mate. It's the professionalism. I think the fact that we started so well in Europe, we rotated a bit midweek, which definitely helped keeping the likes of Antonio fresh. But still, fantastic performance midweek.
We went up a gear, didn't we, at second half? I think.
Yeah. It's difficult because when the draw happened. I don't know about everyone else, but I sort of looked at that and thought we couldn't have been asked to be put in a better group. I think that's helped us a lot, but you can't take away from the performances have still been phenomenal.
Well, they conceded a goal, mate, either. We've not conceded a goal in Europe.
Not conceded, top of the group. Unbelievable. And then to carry on I think this week has come at a really good time because our league form just started to get a little bit. We weren't losing games, but we weren't winning many games either. So to bang out 2 wins in a week in the league is phenomenal, unbelievable.
Yeah, against tough teams, like you say, mate, against tough teams as well. The Tottenham game, mate. I thought I wouldn't say we played well, but we did enough. I
think we did play well, mate.
Rice played really well. We had the more chances and better chances, and
mate, Tottenham didn't have a shot in the second half.
Yeah, it was just Header in the first half, and Moira, was it, in the first half as well?
But yeah, they literally didn't, on or off, they didn't have a shot in the second half. I said this to you during the game. I can't remember, and after I said it, we kind of slipped off a little bit, but I can't remember a time where we controlled a game against Tottenham like that. And I said this again to you during the game. It looked to me like Tottenham were worrying about us and what we could do. They came to not to defend, but they came weary of West Ham. Normally it's the other way around. Normally we're the ones that are
the bitter Spurs fans, I'm going to call them, that were saying that West Ham part of the bus, they're rubbish. they came there to defend the 1-0. No,
Nonsense,
as I said, what are you supposed to do? What
it's
are you
nonsense
supposed to
anyway.
do? Yeah,
Listen,
what are you supposed to do?
mate, see all the bitterness, all these bitter fans, and it comes from them. It comes from the top, mate. Look
They've
at
lost their cup final.
yeah, look at the interview after the game, and it all comes from the top. You had their manager come out and say, "Oh, it was difficult because they just was defending and compact, and it was hard to break them down." Not true. You had I think it was Kane in his interview said, "Oh, there was only one team who looked like scoring, and that was Tottenham." Like I say, mate, you just didn't even have a shot in the second half.
No,
what are you talking about?
I don't know. How good was young Ben Johnson, though, mate, who stepped in these last few games? I did my Man City preview this morning, and I was thinking, well, actually, has he sort of put himself in there as first choice at the moment? Like, for how good he has been. Like, he was excellent against Tottenham. He was excellent.
It's very difficult because, yeah, I mean, he's done nothing to warrant being dropped. He's still a bit raw. I think he's still got to work on his passing a little bit, but that will come. But I mean, again, it's just a fantastic option to have. I would say we've got three good right backs. Yeah, I was going to say 3 solid right backs, but Fredericks is more good going forward than he's getting back. But yeah, great to have those options. Yeah, in a position where for years,
it's
struggled.
It's been one of those positions that we could never get sorted out, could it? It's madness. It's absolute madness. Also in the game, mate, Kurt Zouma, Jesus Christ, what a monster this man is. We know how good Oggy is, mate. Oggy was our best defender for so many years, but how good is it to see someone just as assured next to him, mate?
Brilliant. But you have to say, though, again, you talk about competition. How good did Dawson and Diop look midweek? Both scored.
Dawson. And Diop. Yeah, Diop scored. I forgot. Yeah. Mate, it's so good to have 4 centre halves that are just like, because we'll go into the Man City preview, mate, but how good is it? It's just so good.
Yeah, it's brilliant, mate. But yeah, Zouma was fantastic. Ogbonna, again, I really think I think that for a couple of weeks he was starting to look a little bit, and I think people were saying, I think people were starting to say, oh, he's starting to look his age a little bit. But the last couple of games, he's been back to his best. Brilliant.
I'm actually really excited for, say, like a season's time when probably Oggy will start slowing down. I'm quite excited about Diop and Zouma as the 2 centre backs together. I think that could be quite exciting, mate. Them two
could be, and we said this during the summer. If you think that we could have, depending on what happens going forward, but we could have that little French triangle there: Areola, Diop, and Zouma. That could be really good, mate. Really good going forward.
Yeah, but apart from that, the only sort of weakness we have is still left back. I think we do. It's not because Cresswell's bad. It's just if Cresswell does break down at any point, there's no cover, is there? Even when I was doing a Man City preview, I'm thinking, would I fancy Masuaku against their weakened team? Like Mahrez, for example, probably will play against him. Not really.
No, I mean, Masuaku, and I think everyone knows it. I'm a massive Masuaku fan. I think he's brilliant, but he's not a defender. He's not a left back. If he's going to play, he needs to play on the wing, really, or a left wing back at the absolute most. He's not a defender. Cresswell has been fantastic this season.
Yes, 3 assists in a week. 3 assists in a week.
He has been absolutely fantastic. So, yeah, I would say we need something there. Cresswell's not a young man either.
As a left back, I think we've got to look for someone to replace that set piece quality as well. Because that's something we've got to look at soon.
Yeah, I agree, mate. You're not going to. It's going to be difficult to get that from another left back. But just in general.
Yeah, just in general, like I've always said, like a Ward Price or someone like that. I don't think he'd come to West Ham, but someone with that sweet left foot, that sweet right foot. Who's there? Who's the next person? Maybe Fornals can develop that. I don't know.
No, you're right, mate. I think that's I think Fornals can take a free kick, but no, you're right. I think it's an issue. Have we got free kick taker in the squad without Cresswell? Have we got penalty takers in the squad now? Set pieces, and considering we're supposedly so amazing, we have been this last week from set pieces. It's definitely if that's what we're going to concentrate on. Yeah, 100%, mate. We need to.
It's definitely something that Moyes has got to identify. We'll work our way through the team in the performance, mate. Souček back to his best. I think he was really good against Genk. He seemed back alive. Tottenham. He did what he had to do, didn't he? He was unlucky not to score as well. Should have put that header on target. Yeah,
and I think that's come from Rice. I think Rice has been told to stay back a bit more. I think definitely that's what's happened, and I think that's what was, apart from the amount of football they've both played. But I think Souček was absolutely knackered, but he wasn't making them runs forward. He wasn't really getting into the box because he had to cover for Rice. And I think the last few games, Rice has been told, right, Dex, you hold off, you stay back. Because it was strangling Souček's game.
Definitely. But then how good has he been though, mate? The Bashmati Billy Bonds. Do you know what I mean? How good has he been? Do you know what I mean? Like Moyes said himself, I don't know if you see the interview, mate. He said 100 million was a bargain for him in the summer. That's gone. He said that has gone now. Like, you will not get him out of West Ham for 100 million. Mate, this geezer just gets better and better and better. It's it's just ridiculous how good he is.
He is unbelievable, mate. He really is. Nearly every game he plays now, he's a standout player on the pitch.
It's a world class now, isn't it? There's a world class, like space and time and decision making is just on point every time, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. It's a difficult one because you do think it'd be difficult to keep him, but then if we keep the way we're going, maybe not.
Mate, if we can see progression, that's what I was going to ask you. Like, what would keep him there? Again, I'm deluded at the minute, but I've got this feeling we're going to win the Europa League, mate. And then we're in there. Do you know what I mean? Or if we qualify for Europa League again, would that be enough? So if we got sixth next year,
I think it would depend, right? I think if we got sixth and we got in the Europa League again, and we obviously had a really good run this year, then I think it comes down to, all right, what are we doing? What team are we building in the summer? I think then it will come down to that. I think if we got Europa League again and Rice could look around and see better players coming in to improve the squad, and we've got a fantastic squad, but you know what I mean? That sort of level up.
Yeah, just another few more like that. Like Lacazette's linked, isn't he? If you brought Lingard back, for example, I don't know.
Yeah, that sort of next level of player. Then I think, he would look around and say, well, I don't need to leave. I don't need to leave.
He's got a manager that loves him as well. Do you know what I mean? A manager that absolutely worships him, a fan base that, you can't say a bad word against Dex. So the only thing that I fear, though, mate, is when you get results like Manchester United got, although it helped us, what was Man United's weakness, mate? Centre midfield.
Well, Man United's weakness is their manager.
Yeah.
Mate, their squad is insane. Man United's squad is absolutely insane.
Yeah. On the bench, mate, was Lingard, Sancho, 70 million pounds. He's killed Sancho. He's killed Sancho, Ollie.
It's crazy, and it's funny that I heard I think it was a commentator was saying, they got Sancho. They would have had a plan for the way they were going to play and all the rest of it, and then Ronaldo became available. Ronaldo's unbelievable, but he's completely changed everything.
It reminds me actually of when Ronaldo went to Real Madrid as well. Do you remember Kaka went, didn't he, as the most expensive, and then Ronaldo came, and it sort of killed Kaka after that, didn't it? He was never the same after that. I hope that don't happen to Sancho. I don't care why he's at Man United, but he is a good player. He's a very good player. Moving up the pitch, mate, Bowen's been fantastic, scoring on and off the pitch by all accounts. Yeah, apparently. Really good player, and I was slated him, mate. And I will sit here and say, look, I was getting annoyed with him, decision making, but mate, the geezers, the work rate and the fitness, I think he's the fittest player at the club. He is insane. Like he's played nearly every single minute of every game. Yeah.
I do think he can sort of drift in and out. I said,
that's a winger, though, isn't it? That's just a winger.
I said against Tottenham, the second half, I don't really remember him touching the ball. But you can't knock him. You can't. Again, like you say, mate, he's been fantastic. it's he played up front, didn't he, midweek?
Yeah.
I still don't really like him as a striker, to be honest. He's definitely a winger. But yeah, fantastic, mate. You know, it's the energy, like you say, the energy that he brings to the team is brilliant, and just doesn't stop. Just does not stop running.
And our favourite player, mate, Fornell's unlucky not to score with a scissor kick. What that would have been.
Yeah, if that's gone in.
Well, he won his best game, but he's been one of our best players this season, so I can forgive him a bit. What about Ben Rama, mate? Lots of people are saying that Ben Rama maybe should get dropped. Looks a bit tired, and people want to see Lanzini come back in. What about you?
Do you know what, mate? And again, I'm not knocking Ben Rama, because up until I think the last couple of games, he's had a really good season. And there's been a couple of games where I've said, that's the best game he's played for West Ham. But yeah, he hasn't really been very effective the last couple of games. He's sort of, I don't know, things ain't really been coming off for him. And maybe it is time, not saying to bench him and get rid of him, but maybe it is time to maybe give him a rest, stick him on the bench, give Lanzini a go. Lanzini's been coming on every game. He's been coming on for like the last 10 minutes. Give Lanzini a game just to show Ben Rama, listen, you're not safe in this team. You have to keep working. So yeah, I wouldn't be against that.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say he's not even working, mate. Like I say, I just think he might be a little bit tired. I do. I just think he might be slightly tired. Antonio goes without saying, we know what he's about. What about Nikola Vlasic, mate? In terms of his performance in the week, where are you standing with him? I thought he looked okay. I thought there's a player in there. There is a player in there.
Again, I'm not gonna knock him at all, because I said when we signed him and after his first couple of games, you've got to give him time to settle in. You know, we had this with Ben Rama, we had it with Fornals. You can't, you have to give the guy time. I think the problem at the minute, I don't really know what his position is. I don't know.
You know, it reminds me of Lucas Perez a bit. Like, what was his position?
Well, Perez was a goal scorer. You know, Perez was a goal scorer. He's Vlasic, I don't know. We haven't seen him really play that position.
Well, and Ayu's a better one then. Like Andre Ayew, what was his position?
I don't know. For me, Ayew
was he a striker?
He was more of a winger. But I don't know. I don't know. He's with Vlasic. What we've seen so far, he's busy.
I'd like to see him play up front. I would like to see him play up front. I would like to see him play up front as well. I'm pretty sure before he signed for us, he was more sort of a number 10. Yeah. Because we ain't got enough of them. But I don't know. What was he like? 25 million? Yeah, 30. I think maybe even
30 million.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not knocking him.
I think he needs to go. Needs to go.
Yeah, I don't know. 30 million. He's not really showing it yet.
Like, are we judging it on the impact that someone like Lingard had? Like, not every player's going to come in and be like, absolute dynamite, are they, straight away?
Of course not. And like I say, you have to give him time. New league, new team, new country. You do have to give him time. It's difficult. I don't know where he fits in, though. Like I say, where does he? I don't know what Moyes' plan is for him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, he clearly don't trust him yet. He don't trust him yet. Clearly don't trust him. What about Yarmolenko, mate? Is that the Ghent game? Was that the best game you've ever seen him play in a West Ham shirt for a long time?
I don't know about that.
I thought his work rate was fantastic.
His work rate was very good. Do you know what, though? I think his work rate's fine anyway. A lot of people slag him off and say, he's lazy, he don't track back. I don't think that's true. I think he's always tracked back. I don't think he's ever really been lazy for West Ham. By all accounts, he's an absolute pro, really well liked by the team and by the coaching staff. He doesn't kick up a fuss about, coming off the bench and not being a starter. I think he's a brilliant player to have in the squad. I'd love to see him whip another rocket.
Yeah. It'd be nice if it comes tomorrow.
Would be lovely, mate. Yeah, apparently for his national team, he scored the last couple of goals. He scored been with his right foot.
Well, he's overtaken one of the best strikers that's ever lived, mate, in Shevchenko, hasn't he?
Did he overtake him?
I think so, mate. Yeah, I think he's.
I know he was close. I know he was close. I didn't know he'd overtaken him yet.
Yeah, I might be wrong, but I know he's very close. Like, right, let's go in the comments. Did Christian Romero spit on Fornals? I think so. The pictures I've seen, it looks like he did spit on him.
See, I've seen the pictures on Twitter. When I saw it, when I was watching the game live, the camera was right there, and I haven't watched it back from the TV footage, but I didn't see him spit. It looked like he'd said something, but I feel like if he did spit on him, there'd be a bigger deal being made out of it.
Yeah, well,
because the camera
got a 3-match ban, didn't he?
Yeah, the camera was literally right there, and there's, you know, if he did spit on him, someone would have said something. You know, you would be hearing about it. You know,
it was nothing on Match of the Day about it either. You know, like
there's nothing anywhere. There's been nothing in the papers. No one from the club has said anything.
Yeah,
and if he really did spit on him, people would be saying something. Do you know what I mean? I know you like to think, oh, everyone's against West Ham, but no, come on. If he spat on him, someone would be saying something.
Yeah. Moyes is changing so quickly. Been an amazing turnaround. What Moyes has done with this club has been amazing. Even the losses with United and Brentford, we are still putting in a shift. Yeah, right, mate. If we hadn't even said that, mate, 4th in our own right, mate. How good's that? And this is his best start as a manager since the 2004-2005 season when he finished 4th with Everton.
Mate, it's crazy. And again, obviously, we know this. I know this is true. But when somebody else says it, I can't remember whether it was Match of the Day 2 or something, and they were like, "Oh, West Ham's 2 losses this season were, 2 last-minute goals." I was like, "We've only lost 2 games this season."
Yeah, mate. And after European games in the week, that's where you've got to put it into perspective. I fancy us to beat anyone if we don't have a European game on the Thursday. Like, obviously, Tottenham had a game on the Thursday as well, so I was a bit more like, "Oh, actually, we're both as tired as each other." But yeah, the only time we've lost is Brentford and Man United, and they were last minute, like you say, mate. Missed a penalty, and obviously that can't remember his bloody name. The French geezer for Brentford scored, didn't he? Can't remember his bloody name now. It's escaped me. Do you think we will sign Jay Lings in January? I would still have him. 100%. I would still have him. It's a question that I was going to ask Paul. Going forward, my only criticism on Sunday was we're not finishing enough chances. Last year we were blowing teams away, weren't we? But then conceding loads. But I think, someone like Jesse just would give you that little bit of drive and that little bit of quality to maybe make it that 2-0 or that 3-1 to make it more secure. What about you?
Yeah, no, I agree. I would 100% bring him back in. Do I think he will come? Possibly, maybe. I think it depends. I would say there's a very, very good chance Man United will have a new manager before January.
Yeah, I think so.
If a new manager comes in and Lingard's not part of his plans, then there's even more chance of that happening.
By all accounts, it is going to be Antonio Conte. By all accounts,
I don't want to see that because I
don't want to see.
I want us to finish above them.
Winner.
I want to finish above them. I think if Conte comes in, they're bang on. They'll be top 4. They'll be top 4 this season. But yeah, if a new manager comes in and Lingard's not part of his plans, then 100%, there's a big chance of that.
What about Lacazette, mate? I'll text you about it. I know we touched a little bit on it, but what was your thing on Lacazette? I know a few West Ham fans were turning their nose up. I don't know.
I would take him in a second, in a second, mate. And again, like you say, we're struggling to finish chances. We are creating chances. We're kind of snatching at them a bit. Those are chances that someone like Lacazette puts away. We don't have an option. Antonio goes down. We don't have an option. No, Lacazette's not a runner like Antonio.
No. But he's a killer, isn't he? He is a killer. He can score.
But exactly, he's going to finish those chances. I would take him in a second.
Look at the players we didn't sign, mate. And I can list 3 straight away. King banged an hat-trick this weekend. Patson Daka scored 4 in the week. Oh, and who was the other one? Eduardo, the Crystal Palace guy. Any one of them, I think, would have done a job for us. I really do. Eduardo, I think, was a big miss. I think Eduardo's perfect for our system.
What do you make of so Sebastian Haller has been absolutely scoring for fun.
Yeah.
Do you think
smashed it up, hasn't he?
Do you think we should have given him more time?
I wouldn't have been against it, but I think at the time it was right for him to go. And you can't say we've declined since having him. I think if we would have looked at it and gone, all right, we've gone on an absolute decline, we're not scoring goals, maybe. But if Moyes weren't going to play him, it was never going to work, was it? But you can't deny there is a player in there. There's a player in there. He's scoring in the Champions League. It's different if it was just, he's scoring in the Dutch league against bloody some pub team in like 3rd division. But no, he's scoring against, you know, your Barcelonas, your Real Madrids and teams like that. Like he's no mug. He's no mug. He did score 4 as well, didn't he? Didn't he score 4 in one game as well a couple of weeks ago? Spurs fans talk too much, and after their cup final, I find it annoying that they say it's our final when they mention it. Listen, they're the first ones to get on when they win the game. First ones on the internet to mouth off. They act like it means nothing. Good morning. We struggle to get out of our off the ends, and finishing remains haphazard. I agree. I'd have Benrahma, Fornals, Yarmolenko, Vlasic, and Lanzini doing nothing but shooting practice this week. Get Johnson tied down to a long-term contract. Yeah, that's a good point. What about the young boy, mate? How good was it to see the young boy come on in a week as well? I know he only come on for like 10 minutes, but nice to see. No one had ever heard of him either. I haven't heard of him. Have you?
No.
Fans singing his Our Cup final. Ben Johnson has been playing his socks off. Sorry, guys, I'm just going to skip through. If you've got any questions, though, I will put it on. Dan Bowden, what sort of time is this? Some of us have to go to work. I'm still not convinced with Nikola Vlasic. Even if he goes on a good run in the up-and-coming games, I hope he does get game time, but I wouldn't replace Benny, Fornals or Bowen. Yeah, and I think that's a decent point. We are a backup midfielder, striker, and Lingard off being early season title contenders. Lack of depth will kill us. Any more? Oki Flex as well. Tried to do a pipe for the under-23s and ended up getting a penalty. Sorry, guys, I'm just skipping a few of these. Moyes has rekindled the love from pre-lockdown losers to winning workhorses who can play. Falls Bayerns, I believe that's Andy. Good morning, everyone. I hope you are well. Please hit the like button. Someone's having a go at me here. Calm down, Luke. We are a good, hard-working team, but not finished part. Future signings are determined. No, listen, I'm trying to look at West Ham as if what a neutral fan would look at West Ham. If you were a neutral fan looking at West Ham, what would you say, mate?
Oh, listen, you can see it, mate. You can see it out there already from neutrals, from pundits in the papers. West Ham are being looked at as a team that's going places, as a team that's on the rise, that's going somewhere.
Even the Tottenham pundits, mate. Even the Tottenham pundits like Jamie O'Hara is saying, I hate to say it, but I like watching West Ham at the moment. Yeah.
We're a team that's going places, and we are a team right now that nobody in the league will be looking forward to playing. Nobody.
No. You would not want to play West Ham. Just skipping through. Got loads and loads and loads. Thanks for all the comments, guys. It would really not be a shock if we were playing Champions League football next season. I've just watched it on Match of the Day again. He did not spit. Here's one for you. Who cares if J-Lings joins? Big deal, not bothered. If you want to be an amateur, play for us.
I don't think that's fair, Harry. I think that's harsh. We spoke about this at the time. At the end of the day, he's a Man United player, been there all his career. He's a Man United fan. Of course, he wants to play for Man United. You can't.
Well, Ronaldo's just gone back there, then, mate. As well, you'd think that. Oh yeah, we're going to win the league. Like I can get a league title medal.
Exactly. A chance for him to play with Ronaldo, his hero, playing for his childhood club. You can't knock him for that, mate. That's like if we want to have a go at the likes of Declan Rice for wanting to go and play for bigger clubs, it's the same thing, mate. You can't knock him for wanting to play for his own team.
Yeah. Different type of question. All the pundits are going mad about Smith Rowe, the Arsenal guy. I don't get it personally. Is he going to be the next Dele Alli? He seems all right. He seems a good player. I don't know what Paul thinks about him. Dele Alli, though, has gone completely, mate. From being one of the best players in the Premier League up and coming to nothing. What do you make of Smith Rowe, mate? You seen much of him?
Not particularly, to be honest. I think with Ali, it's another symptom of that entire Tottenham team, to be honest. For when playing against them, the only player that impressed me was Son.
He was Smith Rowe is Arsenal, isn't he?
Oh yeah, no, I know. I'm just talking about
sorry,
in general with Dele Alli and what happened to him.
Yeah, even in Ndombele weren't that good, and on his day he can be a good player.
I think that whole team, which is great to see, are struggling at the minute. But yeah.
It was It's Gatesy actually, not Andy. Should Armstrong, Okiflex be involved in the first team squad? Even if he is unused sub to the beginning, I seriously think he's going to be involved towards the end. Yeah, mate, I liked him. I thought he was good in pre-season. I know Paul was saying it as well. I'm quite surprised that he wasn't the one that was coming on. So when Webster come on, it was Webster. That was his name that come on in the week. Is that his name? Webster?
No. I can't remember his
name. Anyway, the one who come on in the week. That's why I was a bit surprised because you got Okiflex, you got Ashby, and then this young boy come on, and you're thinking, who's this? But go on, mate.
That's exactly what surprised me. It's annoying now. Someone in the chat tell us what his name was.
Yeah, someone.
No, that's it. Can't even remember.
Chester, there you go.
Chester.
Sorry, guys.
That's what I mean. Like nobody knew this kid. Oh, hang on. Dan Cheaters. Was it Cheaters?
Chesters.
It's Chesters. There you go. Right.
Chesters. Yeah.
Thanks, lads.
Cheers, Gacy. Cheers, Charlie. Cheers, Robert.
But this lad's come on. I'd never heard of him. I'd never seen him before, and it was a surprise to me to give this guy a debut in Europe when obviously there's other youth players that's been in and around the squad. It was kind of interesting.
Yeah, no, I did read an article from Jack Collinson after the game. I told you about it, mate. And Jack Collinson was raving about him that day. Like the article came out the day of the game. And he was saying that we've got this central attacking midfielder that's top draw. And listen, if he can go on and be anything like Dex, you know what I mean? It's nice to see.
I hope so. But with Okiflex, I'd love to see him in and around the team. I think it's still a bit early. Sorry, mate. think it's still a bit. Think it's still a bit early for him. Again, when you look at the position that he plays, unless he can play as a striker, I think he's more of a sort of winger himself. But yeah, he's a very, very promising player.
In a circle says, how many years will Moyes stay at West Ham? According to midweek interview, he wants to manage for many more years. What is it? I think he's 62, maybe 63. He might go to his 70. It depends, doesn't it? Listen, we're all fickle, aren't we? At the moment. Oh yeah, all these conversation about is he the best West Ham manager in Premier League for West Ham, and we'll discuss that in a minute. He goes and loses 7 games in a row and he gets the sack. That's just the way football is now. Where do you stand on it, mate, in terms of him? Let's just do it in our lifetime because, people always throw in the Johnny Lyles and Ron Greenwood, which, they're synonymous. They're legends. They've won things. Is he the best manager that West Ham have had in the Premier League in your lifetime?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
No, mate, I'm glad you said it because listen, you were a huge critic, weren't you? You was huge,
big time.
Huge critic.
And I'll put my hands up and say that. I was not convinced when we went back to him. I wasn't convinced. I didn't think it was the right move. Always say never go back and all the rest of it. I didn't know if he was the right man to take us forward onto that next level. I thought he was always going to be a good manager to sort of consolidate us as a sort of top half table team. I never thought he would be the manager to take us up a level, and he has. Put my hands up. He has done it.
And you can see that everyone's coached, can't you? Everyone is coached. Everyone knows their role, and they've all bought into it. Every single player has bought into it, haven't they?
Yeah, I mean, and you look, if you look at the other managers we've had in our lifetime, realistically, who are you going to put up there with him? Yeah, you had Pards, had a good season, got to a cup final. Redknapp had a fantastic team.
Yeah, great team, yeah.
Was he the best manager?
No. Well, and you can look at Slav as well in terms of that season, but was that him? I know it's really harsh to say.
Last season at the Bowling.
Yeah, Dimitri Payet, who was one of the best players in the world, as we've said many, many times. Yeah, I would say he is, mate. I would say he is. Then what would take him to get up into that legacy? Like, would a League Cup win be enough? Like, think, mate, we had 40 years, 41 years.
It would put him in that bracket. It'll put
him
in that
bracket. Europa League? If he won the Europa League, let's just say he won the Europa League. So the only person who's ever won a Europa Cup is Ron Greenwood. Obviously, Johnny Lyle got there in 1975. If he won the Europa League, mate, I think you've got to be putting him in like that legend conversation in terms of manager
Yeah.
status for West
I
Ham.
don't think I don't think there's any doubt about that. It's hard for us to say he would be the best West Ham manager of all time because we never saw those legendary managers.
Mm.
You know, Greenwood, Giles, we never saw them, so it's hard for us to say he's better than them.
Mm.
But without a doubt, of course, if he won the Europa League, of course he's up there.
I keep preparing myself for it. I don't know why, because it ain't going to happen. Mate, I think I'd cry my eyes out. I think I would genuinely cry my eyes out if we won it. I think it, again, I hope my wife ain't listening. This would be the best moment in my life ever. Without with my daughter's birth, my wedding. Mate, that would be the best moment in my life ever if West Ham ever won anything. It would.
It'd be hard to top, mate. It'd be hard to top.
No, wouldn't it? Like, mate, yeah. Right.
I couldn't believe, like, mate, just the fact that we're going to be playing. I always wanted to see West Ham in Europe. I mean, obviously we had European adventures before, but we always got knocked out in the qualifying rounds. You know, for me, the dream was just to play in the group stage.
Just playing to get a couple 6 games.
Yeah, exactly.
It was, mate. And the fact that we've turned up and we look like a seasoned European team, you know, a team that's like, oh, actually, they can do. We're currently favourites as well. We've bet 365s. Obviously, the Champions League teams have to fall in. But yeah, mate, like I always knew though, if we got into that stage, we'd give it a go. It's just the way West Ham are. Like, I think if we ever got in the Champions League, we could be like, like Leeds that one year they got in it, and we'd probably end up in a quarter-final just because we'd give it everything. We'd give it absolutely everything. But yeah, it's great to see. If you could sign one player in January on current form and realistically, who would you sign and why? Good question, Gatesy. What do we need?
See, for me, we still need
Wilson, you know. I'd have Callum Wilson, you know.
Yeah, we still need a striker. We do. We need a striker. Wilson's a really good shout because, again, you're talking about realistic.
The money change, yeah.
Yeah, you're talking about realistic. And, again, it's the whole problem of who's going to sign knowing they're back up to Antonio. Wilson's a shout. Yeah, Wilson's a shout. Someone like that, someone who can come in, who can cover Antonio, bang in a couple of goals when he's out, or give him a rest.
Scoring against us as well. Yeah. No, yeah. If you're talking realistic signing, you look at Newcastle. Newcastle are going to have bigger fish to fry. They were going to be going after big boy players. Callum Wilson, maybe you could get him out of there. You could potentially get him out of there. Especially if there was in a relegation battle as well, which there's no guarantee they're going to stay up either. Let's not kid ourselves. There's no guarantee. Let's have a look here. Oh, Pardew, because he signed John Pansel.
Oh, there you go. That's the conversation over.
Yeah. Winning trophies. Who was it? There was a player that came on the other day called Pansel for a team, and I was like, oh, it was Genk. There was a player that with Pansel was on the bench, and I had a look, and they're not related, unfortunately. They're not related. I miss seeing all the Moyes out comments. Used to make me laugh. Yeah, 100%, mate. Not anymore. Not at the moment. To go from relegation stragglers to where we are now is unimaginable. If you were a manager, what would you pick for Man City? Okay, right, yeah. So let's go into that quickly, mate. So we've got Man City tomorrow. Even their B team, mate, can beat most teams in the Premier League. Listen, Sterling can't get a game for his life. I know he's slightly injured at the moment, but their second team is probably going to be Stones, Ake, Zinchenko. Who else they got? Mahrez, Jesus.
It depends how seriously they take it. Like I say, in the last round, their attack was ridiculous. Like you say, with De Bruyne played, Mahrez played. Did Jesus play? No, it was what's his name?
Torres
played up front.
No, that's Foden, wasn't it? Foden played up front at the weekend.
Torres. No, I'm talking about the last round.
Oh, the last round. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Their attack was ridiculous, but they did play kids in defence. They didn't play Stones. They didn't play Ake. They did play kids in defence.
Will be the same as well. I know. Maybe they'll rest Edison as well. I don't know.
So it'd be interesting to see how seriously they take it. How
will we line up though? So that question from John there. What do you reckon?
I think it will be a similar looking team to the Europa. I think it'll be a similar looking team. I think Antonio will play. I think
I
Antonio
do.
will play.
Because we don't play to the Saturday. You know, I know it's the same as Thursday, Sunday, but as well, our next game after that is not till the Thursday. So he's got a rest. He's got Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday before that next game away. So, yeah, I would play Antonio. 100% I'd play him in this game.
I would definitely rotate.
Crowell apparently will be back, but maybe on the bench he won't actually start the game. So
if he's back and he's fit, I would start him just to give a rest to Souček or Rice. Obviously, we'll probably see Dawson and Diop come back in, which I think's fine.
I'd like to see Zuma and Diop, though. To be honest with you, I'd like to see Zuma and Diop, just to start developing.
I'd like to see it, but I don't think we will. I'm pretty sure he will play Dawson. Areola will probably play. Areola will probably play. Fullbacks, there's not really much we can do, is there?
Would you go Fredericks or Johnson?
Maybe Fredericks is a shout. Actually, Fredericks is a good shout. And then when you're looking at, like I say, I think Antonio will play. Bring Lanzini in. I reckon he might even bring Noble in.
Yeah, I did think that as well. The club was in a better state for Ron and John when they took over. Winning trophies was shared around far more than today. Yeah, obviously the people that have been lucky enough to see John and Ron, obviously good experience for them. I'd love Lacazette. Seems all BS to me though. Sorry if I'm missing any comments, guys. There's so many. Thanks a lot today. Played different to Benny, but adds to the squad there. Forge Byron says, why do you think that there are some supporters who can't understand why Fonos is in the squad? There is, mate. There is. I know he's our favourite player, mate. Like me and you absolutely love the geezer. But there are some in there, mate. I'll tell you what he gets, mate. He gets the Obiang treatment.
I mean, that's just absolutely insane. That's insanity. I'm not on Twitter or anything, so I don't see these absolute lunatics. Fornals if he's not our best player, he's our second best player. Yeah, but he's not a striker, is he?
No, he's quality, mate. Some of his passing, and there was a game the other day. What was the game where he came on? He twisted in the corner and then laid someone off. Mate, he is ridiculous when he's on it. He's ridiculous.
His speed of thought, he reads the game, he's passing. Mate, this guy he's a future, there's no doubt about it, he's a future solid Spain international. He'll be playing every week. 100%. And I'm telling you, mate, one day in the future he'll be playing for Barcelona or Real Madrid. Like anyone
early on in the season, I remember he put a ball in and you text me and was like, that like if KDB passes that ball, I think he actually set up a goal as well, wasn't it? I think he floated one in. It's like he has got it in the locker. Obviously, consistency is something that comes.
He's an unbelievable player, and his finishing's not great. That's not his game. He can't get into those.
Absolute worldie the weekend. Do you know what I mean? He's my favourite player. He is, guys. I'm going to put it out there. He's my favourite West Ham player. Anyone concerned that Ben Johnson is now in the last year of his contract? Yeah, the last thing we want is an Ngakia situation, mate. He played quite well actually against Everton the other day. Ngakia, I don't know if you see it, mate.
No.
I've totally forgot about him, and it was like, oh, that's Ngakia there. So
I'd be surprised if.
I think he'll sign. He's a West Ham fan.
Yeah, I was going to say, does he not have a option? Like normally we'd have.
It must be like a year option, hopefully. But again, he's a West Ham fan. Again, it's slightly different to Declan. He's not going to go on and be in a Champions League team just yet.
I'm just having a look. So on the actual official site.
Oh, apparently, so Teapot says Johnson new contract in January when Fredericks leaves. So if Fredericks could potentially leave.
Well, it says that his contract will keep him with the club until at least the summer of 2022. So I'll be surprised if we didn't have at least an option on him for another year. But yeah,
we're going to go for about another 10 minutes, guys, because Paul does have to go to work in a little bit.
Yeah, I do actually have a job.
yeah, he has got to go to work at like 1 o'clock. So we are going to wrap it up in about 10 minutes. So I'm going to get through these questions really quick. Do you think our goalkeeper for next season might not be Alfonso Areola? I said this to Paul the other day. Constantly linked with Sam Johnston. Wouldn't surprise me. And I like Areola. And I think Areola, the only time he's looked a bit shaky is maybe because he's not getting games. Like goalkeepers need games. They need to learn their defence. But yeah, I hope he stays. What about you, mate?
Yeah, exactly. Excuse me. Exactly the same, mate. I hope he stays. I really like him. I think he's a really good goalkeeper, and I hope he stays.
Yeah. The rate is because sometimes he misses chances, and what people don't see is his work rate, passing, and quick feet. How many chances does Bowen miss though? But Bowen misses loads of chances, but I don't dig him out. I did dig him out, but then I realised, actually there's more to him than that. But Bowen, he wastes a lot as well. Funnel should take more of his chances. He would still be in the first team. Could we get Yuri Tiller? No chance. No chance. Yeah, I believe he's linked to Manchester United. I believe even Chelsea are looking at him. Great player, old Yuri. Do you see Yarmo after we scored? He just kept stretching. Not sure he wants to be there. Do you?
No, I don't think
he would necessarily want to stay there. I think he comes across as a player that sees himself as playing, and he probably could do a job, back in one of the lower German teams, or back in even his native country, Ukraine. He could probably do a job in Spain as well, to be honest with you, or Holland. So it wouldn't surprise me and he's a big earner as well. Hit the like button, guys. Thanks, Duncan. Is it because Ariola's wages are so high next season? Yeah, potentially 145 grand a week. Do you think we will sign anyone in January? And if so, who? Yes, I do think we will. Maybe Jay Lings will come back. Maybe Lacazette as well. I believe his contract runs out. So, yeah, there's a few there. Not a football question, but what is your halftime pie and beverage of choice? Listen, I'm controversial. I go for the Balti pie. Chicken Balti pie, mate. And I noticed that Morrison's now sell the actual pucker ones because I got one yesterday. So, yeah, a Balti pie. And I don't like drinking at West Ham games because you end up having to open the floodgates and then you're back and forth to the toilet every game, every 2 minutes. So it's probably like a Coke or something. What about you, mate? Are you a pie?
I'm a cider drinker. So just Magners is what I normally drink. I like a Magners. Do you know what, mate? It's a bit boring, but I like chicken and mushroom pie. I like a chicken and mushroom.
Yeah, the best sausage roll I've ever had is at Old Trafford when I was 16 as well. So I used to like the old sausage rolls, but yeah, chicken Balti for me. Great stream, guys. Thanks, mate. It's been a while since me and Paul have had a chance to get together, so it's nice that we've got loads to talk about. Funnel's game on Sunday was incredible. That cross from Souček was as good as Cresswell's. How much longer before our 30 million player Vlasic will get featured? I think once the Europa League thing is sorted, you will see him start those games and start getting some games. Yeah, let's have a prediction, mate. What's your prediction for tomorrow night? I said 2-1 in my preview. I said 2-1 loss. I said I think we just have a little bit too much.
Yeah, it's difficult because, like you say, mate, their second team is ridiculous. I don't know. It depends. The teams who plays. I think we'll probably want it more than them. I don't know. I really don't know. I do not know, mate. I don't know. Let's be optimistic, and I'll say I'll go for a 2-1. I'll go for a 2-1 win.
At least it won't bring back memories of the 9-0, mate, of all those.
Let's hope not, mate.
You know what? I said it in my preview, mate. And you know, like when was it a year or so ago when we did that show about Sam Allardyce, and people were like, "How dare you slag off Sam Allardyce?" Blah 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 blah. Mate, it's that sort of game is the reason why I will never forgive Sam Allardyce. Semi-final of a League Cup, and he goes and throws it 9-0. Ridiculous. Draw decided on penalties. And Glenn says draw and loss on penalties. Be sure to check out my FIFA preview. That's going to come out tomorrow. I filmed it already, but it comes out at 8 o'clock. I'll tell you what, it's bloody hard, this game on World Class. It's really bloody hard. But yeah, I did well. No spoilers, but I did do well in that game. Brilliant work, boys. We'll have to try and get you onto Forged Irons. Yes, I would love to come on, mate. Obviously, I did come on during the transfer window. I know your time is precious, but we can see what we can do and hit the like button. Thanks, mate. Yes, go and check out Forged Irons as well, guys, if you haven't already. They're top guys over there. Love to win against them. 2-2, then penalties, and well done, lads. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in today. I know it's a weird time, actually, to get like we went up to about 50 people watching at 11 o'clock in the afternoon. What? Ain't you guys got no jobs to go to?
11 o'clock in the afternoon. When's that?
That's. Anyway, thank you so much. That's it from me and Paul this week. Loads and loads of videos coming out this week, though. Obviously, the FIFA preview. I've got to do the Aston Villa preview. I've got to do the Man City review. There's loads and loads of videos to get you through this week because games come thick and fast because we're a big team now. You know, we've got more games to play. Until next time, come in your eyes, keep believing, get us up to 4K. Let's go.
Cheers.